Good evening, parents, and welcome to Rising Sixth Grade Night. My name is Tanya Cobb, and I am the district lead counselor here at Rockdale County Public Schools. And we'd like to welcome you to this exciting night of information and learning for your children. I'm going to share my screen. We have many of our school counselors and district representatives here to share information with you to prepare you for the upcoming school year. Of course, we are having technical difficulties. Give us 1 second. As I mentioned earlier, all of the cameras and microphones have been turned off until the end of the meeting. And our slides are just starting. So a moment and I will share my screen. All right. This session is being recorded, and within a week's time, the session will be posted on our district's website, and it will be sent to all of the elementary school counselors to share out with families. So, let us see. It does not want to share. It's giving me a blank screen. Just one moment, families. It is loading. And there we go. Okay. And we're going to see if you can see. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, awesome. So again, welcome to our district-wide elementary to middle school transition night. And I know some of your children, and maybe you, may have a lot of anxieties, but we are excited to share what we know about this transition to make it smooth and as easy as possible for you. And we hope that our slides are going to, there we go. So our plans for this evening are to provide tips to ease the transition from elementary to middle school. Our slides are just jumping all over the place tonight. All right. So on tonight with us, we have Miss Washington, who is a middle school counselor. She's a sixth grade counselor from Conyers Middle School. We have Miss Robinson, who begins with our sixth grade students over at Edwards Middle School. We also have Miss Keith, who is our sixth grade counselor over at Memorial Middle School. Myself, Miss Cobb, I'm over here at the district office. Dr. Ming is the coordinator for fine arts, and she has so much to tell us about fine arts at middle school. Ms. Thomas is our learning support specialist for middle schools. Dr. Rouse is our district athletic director. And Mr. Allen is the director of our nutrition program. And he's going to tell us all about school lunch, because school lunch is extremely important. And there's a big change once you get to middle school. We're going to see if one slide will just go this time. There we go. So our plans for this evening are to provide some tips for you, explain the middle school schedule, to acquaint you with Infinite Campus, and discuss communication tools, as well as to familiarize the student and family with key elements to prepare you for middle school. And I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Ming, who's going to tell you all about our fine arts specialties at our middle school. Dr. Ming.
Hey, good evening. I'm really happy to be here and talk to you tonight a little bit about fine arts in the middle school. It's a little different than it's been in elementary. Your students will not automatically be in art or music classes. They select those as an elective. And you can see on the screen that there's a little bit of difference in the electives at each of our schools. So they should have those choices. And I would encourage everybody to encourage their students to take part in one of these courses, uh, preferably something that they already have a love for, a passion for, or really want to learn more about. We also encourage students who begin fine arts in these programs in middle school to continue them all the way through high school. I'm actually at a concert right now outside the concert. But at the beginning, Mr. James was talking about one of his students that he gives opportunities constantly for students to apply for scholarships and uh, at different locations across the United States. Anytime he sees them, he pushes them out to the students. And he has one student, one band student, who has applied for every one that he pushed out, and that student has over $800,000 worth of scholarships right now. And it's not even the end of the year. So that's pretty amazing. One of those is even an $80,000 scholarship to Clark Atlanta. So that's a nice local institution. And we're so proud of that. So proud of Mr. James for giving that opportunity here at the high school. But also, just want to say that to let you know that when students get involved in something, like band or chorus or art in or theater in middle school, and if they carry that through high school, it really does open a lot of doors for them. It also gives them a group that they become a part of and can enjoy being around people that like some of the same things that they like. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am going to drop off this call because I'm going to go back to listen to the rest of this concert from the Salem High School. But if you have any questions, Ms. Cobb will be putting my email in the chat, or you can call the county office and get in touch with me that way. So have a great night, and I know that they'll do a great job of getting you ready for middle school.
Thanks, Dr. Ming. Enjoy the concert. Okay. And next up, Dr. Rouse will tell us all about athletics in the middle school.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to middle school, the first opportunity that your children will be able to truly become a patriot, a bulldog, or a Seminole and an Eagle, but getting on to the high school level. But this is just the introduction of the sport offerings that we have for our middle school students. You'll see there, we do have flag football at the middle school as well as the high school. We're one of only a few counties in the state of Georgia, not just the metro area, that actually has flag football. And you'll see. So, what I really need to tell you about when it comes to middle school athletics and the biggest change from elementary is the eligibility piece. So, now your grades matter. So, make sure that we are, even at this sixth grade level, that we are talking to our students about embodying that student athlete. So, in middle school, they will have to pass 5 of the 7 classes that they take for the semester in order for them to be eligible to participate in our athletic programs. One thing I do want to go back and say that sixth graders are allowed to compete in all sports with the exception of football. So our sixth grade football players have to wait until seventh grade before they can play. Our documentation system, so you'll see that rank 1 is here. The documentation system that we use is rank 1. This is where all of our documentation that is required, your pre-participation physicals, your waivers, your consent forms, your insurance, all of this is uploaded in that platform, and that's where we communicate whether or not your child needs an additional piece of information, or if there's some additional eligibility requirements that will be needed from them, but all of that. So we no longer handle the paper copies of that. All of that is done electronically. If you want to attend any of our athletic events, we are cashless at our athletic events, and we use the GoFan platform. So each of the middle schools has their own website. You will go to that website on GoFan, and that's where you will purchase tickets for any of those athletic events that you wish to attend. I'm so excited, looking forward to meeting your young scholar athletes, and hope that they are excited about starting their athletic adventure here in Rockdale County Public Schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rouse. Mr. Allen, what do you got what are you going to tell us about lunch?
Good evening. Good evening. I want to say I apologize. I'm having a challenge with my camera, but I will proceed. I want to just welcome all the families that's on the meeting today, this evening, and welcome to middle school. Lunch at middle school is a little different than elementary. You'll see a larger variety, salads, pizza, hot lunch, selections every day. Lunch ID, student must remember that 5-digit lunch ID because they'll have to enter that number in at the point of sale when they go uh, through the lunch line. So make sure students know that lunch number. Also, basic social time, time to sit and talk and with friends respectfully. Parents, you can download My School Bucks app to add funds for students' a la carte purchases. Breakfast and lunch at no cost next school year. You can view our monthly lunch menus online at RCPS website under Department Student Service. Click on school nutrition. We look forward to serving you all. Excited about next school year, coming to middle school to socialize, have fun, and have a nutritious lunch. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. I know the kids get really excited about eating pizza on the middle school level because they have the pizza ovens at middle school.
Correct.
Okay, Miss Thomas.
All right. Good evening, guys. I know transitioning to sixth grade can be exciting, but yet challenging. So we just want to make sure that you have everything that you need. So parents, please, please, please attend your students' transition meeting so we can make sure that they have the current their IEPs reflect their current needs for and supports for middle school. Also, parents, please make sure you take advantage of those school tours and meet and greets that they have. And one thing about it, make sure that you communicate with the staff. Have your the student's current case manager if you have any questions regarding what kind of assistance, you have your guidance counselors, you have your support at the schools. Make sure if your kid, they have extracurricular activities at school, make sure you let your kid participate in a club or something that will help them. Make sure that we have the accommodations that your kid needs, and you know those accommodations prior to your kid attending your parent orientation night at middle school. If you have any questions, once again, my name is Tracy Thomas. I'm the Learning Support Coordinator for middle schools.
Miss Thomas, we appreciate you and we ask that you stay on because I'm sure some of our parents may have a few questions about transitioning from elementary to middle school and some meetings. And now our
I
school
will,
counselors,
I
now
will
our
be
school,
here. Thank you.
thank you. Our school counselors are going to pick up and take over from here. Miss Key?
Hi, welcome parents. This first slide, I just wanted to say that it's completely normal for our fifth graders to feel both scared and excited about transitioning into middle school. So as they are approaching this new chapter with bigger responsibilities and more complex academics, and potentially a different social environment, we want to just talk about the various things that they will encounter. So this first slide is just basically stating things that they might be excited about, and or both nervous about. Next slide, please. What may they be worried about? We are going to change out for PE. Students will not have lockers, so you do not have to worry about that. I'll just talk about a few different things. A big change that elementary to middle school that kids are potentially not ready for, but need to start gearing themselves up for, is that there will be no recess. You don't have to worry about being lost in the building because there are lots of people that are happy to show you around. One thing, parents, that we do need to make sure that we are overseeing is cyber and internet responsibility, especially with our social media platforms. So make sure that you are just kind of being abreast about your students and what they're doing on there, and passwords and friending them, just to make sure that things are going in the right direction when it comes to social media, because a lot of new outlets are opened up during middle school time. I think that's it for that slide. Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. There are a few different teachers. So your students are going to go from probably having 1 to 2 teachers in elementary school, and they're going to have 7 teachers. So just be prepared for that. Students are going to be expected to be a little bit more responsible. But your teachers will be ready to prepare you and help guide you along the way. Again, the school counselors, we are there to help as well in each and every school. How can parents help? Parents, please, 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 um, make sure your students are aware of just being more organized. Again, we have more classes, which mean there are more teachers, more homework, more tests. So it's just important to make sure that they are managing each and every subject. Make sure that you are keeping those lines of communication open with your students during this time. It's a big transition. They're going from the largest age group in the school to the youngest. So it's very different. We also want to make sure that we're just having those lines of communication open so that our students and your scholars can discuss any way that they're feeling. Again, it's new for them, so it is completely normal for them and yourselves to have many questions, or to just not know what to expect and be a little anxious about that. And how can you help? Please, please, please be involved with your students and their teachers. Please communicate. Please come to all of the school events that are offered. Please contact your students' teachers and the counselors as much as possible. If you have a question, please ask. This is a time for you to have a voice. Your student is getting older, but we do still welcome communication on all levels. Know your children's friends, and just make sure that they understand that elementary and middle school is very different in consequences. So we want to make sure that we are knowing who our children are hanging with and making sure that they're following the school rules, because it looks a little bit different from elementary school. Okay, and encourage them to ask questions and to make friends and to get out there, to try new experiences. And last but not least, I cannot stress enough how important it is for parents to be involved if your student has a cell phone or they're on social media. Obviously, this is a personal parent decision, so we support you. However, we want to make sure that we are mindful of what our students are posting, and reminding them as well to think before they are posting. Whatever is put out on social media or on the internet is there forever, even if it's erased. That's what I tell my own children, and I continuously let the students know as well, that please think before you post. and remind them that everything that is out there can be screenshotted or brought back up later. So we just want all of our students to feel safe and to be digital responsible. That's the most important thing, and know that kindness counts.
All right, so this is Miss Washington from Conyers Middle School. I'm going to pick right up from where Miss Key left off. So there are some big differences, obviously, between elementary school and middle school, and Miss Key actually touched on a few of these. So while middle schoolers do have more independence, more is expected of them. It is important that they, if they haven't started in elementary school, that they begin advocating for themselves regarding their classes, speaking up about their grades, and then their overall needs. Their social skills will be tested, as they will be with students from coming from multiple elementary schools. And they could have different peers from different schools in their classes. They probably will. They will have a different teacher, as Ms. Keith said, for each of their core subjects, and they will change classes for each of their periods, which means they will have more teachers. Also, they will have more opportunities as it relates to clubs and sports, and that will vary by school. And then finally, it's especially important that they're turning in not just their homework, but all of their assignments on time, making sure they're complete, making sure they understand everything, because that's critical for their overall success. So here's some behaviors that are appropriate for middle school, or for school period. School is for learning, and we encourage our students to behave in a responsible manner by being responsible, respectful, and safe. We do expect them to be prepared for class. That includes having a charged laptop daily, along with any other materials that's requested from their teachers. It's also important for the students to be on time for school. If they are late for school, they're missing information, they're missing out on valuable instruction. So we need to make sure that that they get to school on time. So a regular bedtime along with consistent morning routine should help our students be prepared daily. And then finally, we want them to stop bullying. We want to stop bullying in our schools, and we ask our students to stand up and speak up when bullying is expected, because ignoring the problem won't help it to go away. So if they see something, they say something, if something is going on with them, we do ask that they report that to an adult in the building. So here are some stress management skills that can help your students. We hope that they will maintain a friendly social network. They should block any negative content or peers for that matter. If there is something that's going on in school, we want them to report that to an adult in the building. We want them to have self-limitations, know when to put the cell phone down or put the video games down, and make sure that they're managing their time wisely. Reduce the noise. Most of our students, as they are coming into the building, most of them have earbuds or headphones on. So we do ask, and actually they're not allowed in the building. So reduce the noise by taking off those earbuds and headphones. Um, get regular exercise and maintain a healthy diet. That's especially important to just help reduce stress and keep them focused. And then have a regular nightly bedtime routine. That helps them to manage their time wisely and stay focused when they're in class. And then incorporate some type of meditation like deep breathing. So these are just a few things that can help them manage stress. And if they're already doing something, or you all are already doing something as a family, I encourage you to keep doing that, because again, we want to make sure that our students are focused and ready to learn when they come into our building. Thank you.
Okay, parents. So I'm going to begin to explain to you all how to understand the class schedule in middle school. So on Mondays, those are M days, and the students attend all of their classes. On A days are Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then the students will have B days. B days are typically Wednesdays and Fridays. A typical sixth grade schedule will look like what you see on the board, which will be homeroom, study skills, math, ELA, which is English, science, social studies, and their 2 connection classes. So this is a typical sixth grade schedule. And so this is what they would do on an M day. They would take all of these. On an A day, they may only go to one of their connection classes. And then on a B day, then they'll alternate and go to the other connection class. So this is a typical sixth grade schedule. And this is what it looks like here. So this is a sample of M day. And you'll see on A day, you see how it alternates. This is one of the connection classes, and then this is the other connection class. So this is how it alternates. But you would see study skills straight across. So as far as grades and classes, the students have fall classes where they take the first half of the course, just like in elementary. And then in the spring, they take the second half. Their grades do not combine. They would have a grade in the fall and a grade in the spring. So a grade for part A and a grade for part B, which is similar to what they would see in high school. The difference is their grades are not going to combine. They have final exams for their classes in December, and then they'll have final exams for their classes in the spring as well. Students will take Georgia milestone exams in April or in May. So, they begin testing in April, and sometimes that week lasts until May. Let's talk a little bit about communication in RCPS. So we have a number of ways that we communicate with our families in Rockdale County Public Schools. The first is through Infinite Campus. Infinite Campus is our student information system, and this is one way parents can receive messages. This is also how we check our kids' grades. It is very important that parents have an Infinite Campus login, because you can log in and you can see exactly where your student stands on their classes. You can see their grades. You can see if they're missing assignments. You can see a little bit of everything inside of Infinite Campus. So you really need to have an Infinite Campus parent portal login. And the instructions on how to have a parent portal login, which you already do, because this is how we update our students' information every year. So you should already have a portal login, but if you look on the left side, it tells you how to review your students' attendance, how to see the messages from the district, and you can also set up if you want your messages from the district to come to you via the phone, via text message, or via email. Receiving all three is great because you never miss them. Remind, you automatically opted into Remind, and you can receive the messages via Remind, via text, and through your phone. And this is how you can download the Remind app on your phone and get instant messages. Also, a lot of the teachers use Remind, and when you come to curriculum night, you can get a code from each of your child's teacher's classes. And this is how you can stay abreast of what's going on in your student's class. We also have social media. So if you are on Facebook, most of the schools have Facebook pages and they post information. Our district has a Facebook page. And you can get lots of information there. Most of the schools, PTAs, have social media pages. So it's really great to go to the district page, because this is where you get all of the news about what the students actually are up to in terms of the spelling bee champs, robotics, all of the other good information. And then there are also emails and calls from the district as well as from principals. So typically on Sundays, they send out like a weekly call. So there's so many ways that our district gets in contact with us. You just have to know which one they are. But we do get a lot of communication from our district. Also, there's an app called Canvas Parent. This is our learning management system for our students. This is how our students get their work done. And there's a parent app to this. And on curriculum night, you will receive a code. And this is how you can tell if your student, again, is missing work. You can see what your if a grade has been posted, and then you know to go to Infinite Campus and check the grade. This is what the inbox looks like for Infinite Campus. And this is an example of a message that's posted there. So this is here. This is another example of Infinite Campus. So if you have two children up here, you can switch the identity to get for each of your children. All of the district announcements are here. And like I said, on the left side, you can see information on grade book, attendance, your kids' schedules. You can pay fees, your children's assignments. Everything is right here. You can stay on top of your children. If you visit Infinite Campus once a week, your kids can't get away with anything. If you have more than one student, there's a drop down right here. Wait a minute. Which slide? I'm on your slide, Robinson.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm sorry, Robinson.
It's okay. Hi, I am Mrs. Robinson, and I am from Edwards Middle School, and thank you for joining us. So as Ms. Cobb mentioned earlier, if you have more than one student, there will be a drop down, no matter if it's 2 or 3 students. You just have to click on the particular student that you would like to view. As you can see, we have Andrew and we have Lydia. Okay, but this student is Andrew, so it shows Andrew's particular grade for an assignment for that week. And the weekly overview will show all of the tasks in whatever particular class that you're focusing in on for that week. Okay, so here again, we have a weekly overview. As you can see, this particular student had a 90 and on one of his tasks for that week, and then he has a missing assignment. And so that's why we ask teachers that if they're going to put the title of the assignment in, please either list the grade or either put missing, because missing pings to the parent and it allows the parent to know that that assignment is missing. If the teacher just lists the task and they don't have a grade, nor do they have missing, it's hard for it kind of confuses the parents. The parents can't determine whether the student actually turned in the assignment or not. And a lot of students might say, well, I turned in the assignment. So in fact, they may not have turned in the assignment, and the missing actually calculates as a 0. All right, so any assignments will show a grade that has been assigned for that assignment. And underneath that assignment, it will either say turned in, and it should have the specific grade for that assignment. And if, again, if the assignment has not been turned in, then the assignment will say missing. Infinite Campus also helps you to look at current grades. You can look at current grades, and you can also look at previous progress reports. So you would just simply click previous to see previous progress report grades or quarter grades. And then if you want to see the actual current grades, you would just click on current to see what's happening now. And any grades that are in yellow would be the current grade, but keep in mind that those grades can actually, the yellow grade, which is the current grade, could actually change depending upon the teacher entering new assignments.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson, and I guess it's back on me. So parents, I hope you enjoyed the information and learned something this evening. For additional information on Rockdale County Public Schools, please visit our website, which is rockdaleschools.com. You can always click on the school, the middle school your child is assigned to go to, and become acquainted with all you can. So please definitely visit the website of the middle school your child is going to. We ask that parents visit the Rockdale County Public Schools website often, as new information is constantly going to the website. And we ask that students, if you are on this call, that you talk to your parents. Let them know what you are excited about as you are preparing to go to middle school, but also let them know what you are concerned about as you prepare to go to middle school. Keep the line of communication open with your parents. Families, please read the district handbook. Understand the dress code policy. Know that we are a clear book bag district. And kids, you can get as creative as you want with your book bags, as long as they are clear. They can have a colored outline. You can have their initials on the book bag. There's so many fun things that you can do with a clear book bag and still be within guidelines. And so we also would like for you to follow us on social media. And here's at Facebook, we're at Rockdale Schools, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And please also follow the school counselors on Facebook as well as Instagram. We don't post on Instagram as often as we should, but we really do post on Facebook a lot. And so you can just follow us for information. But please follow all of us on social media. And so dance and cheer tryouts will be in May for Memorial Middle School. The dates will be solidified by time the students go for their transition day. These are just announcements for you all. The cheer interest meeting for Conyers Middle School is on April 21st. I'll let you guys get an opportunity to write this down. All of our future CMS family. So the cheer interest meeting is on April 21st, 4:30 to 5:30, and cheer tryouts April 30th through May 2nd at 4:30. Remember, you can begin cheering in 6th grade. And for Edwards, you have your cheer tryouts on March 25th through the 28th, 4:10 to 6 o'clock. And remember, Dr. Ming mentioned fine arts. So if a student wishes to participate in band or chorus, permission slips must be returned to the school counselor by April 4th, and those forms will be available on March 10th at the elementary schools. So they'll get those forms to your elementary school by March 10th, and they have to be returned to the school counselor by April 4th if you wish to participate in band or chorus. And this is for everyone going to Edwards Middle School. And this is our huge announcement. We will have a transition field trip for students on March 25th. So the students will actually go to the middle school they are zoned to go to. They will really go to the middle school they are zoned to go to. All of the elementary counselors are working on this right now. And so they will get on the bus toward the middle school they're going to. We have buses everywhere. And they will go with their teachers. But if they must have a signed field trip form in order to go, and they will go to Edwards, Davis, Memorial, and Conyers. So we want you to stay tuned for more middle school transition activities from all of our middle schools. And we truly thank you guys for attending this evening. We are going to have a Q&A in a few moments. And then for specific questions about your middle school, these are just general questions that we will take for the next 5 to possibly 10 minutes. General questions, but for specific questions, please have them answered at the middle school or by visiting the middle school website. We ask that you take a moment to complete this evaluation. I'm going to leave it on this slide. And we're going to unmute the mics, counselors, and district personnel. If you guys would assist me by answering the questions, I would greatly appreciate it. We're gonna take the oh, here we go. I'm gonna open up the mics and the chat box in a second. But thank you all for attending this evening. I'm also gonna stop the recording.